You're a remarkable man.
I appreciate beauty.
A lovely girl, Francine. I think we can help you.
That girl, that kid we ran into last night.
There's more to this.
We used to call it white slavery.
You have an opportunity that a few girls ever get, and I'm not going to let you spoil it.
Don't!
Give me the police.
Put it down, Joanne. Let's talk. There's nothing for you to worry about.
Please.
Anyway, we must have been sitting in the car for, I don't know, something like 6 or 7 hours. Nothing. I figured we were going to set a new record for stakeouts.
Well, you'd have to go a long way to beat Larry Miller. You know he sat out for 15 hours, him and his partner?
Yeah, well, anyway, Steve Wampner's going ape, see? So suddenly he gets this little glint in his eye. Now, we both had CC units because they just started issuing them to us.
I think I know what's coming.
It ain't a long one.
Well, let me finish the story, all right?
Okay.
Well, anyway, so he gets this glint in his eye. Well, he suddenly turns to me and he says, give me your radio. I say, why? He says, because I'm a sergeant and you're a lousy investigator. That's why. So I gave him my radio. So I said, okay. Well, I swear to you, this is true. He takes the radio, gets out of the car, walks over to a mailbox. He drops the radio in the mailbox. Without a word, he comes back, sits down in the car, and just sits there. Well, about 2 minutes go by, nobody said a word. Suddenly, this little old lady walks down the street. She sticks a letter in the mailbox. And the voice from down inside says, I purely do thank you, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I heard this before.
Well, what did the lady do?
She said, you're welcome, and walked off. What would you say to a mailbox?
Pepper, you make a great straight man.
Straight person.
Straight person.
All right. It's your turn, Joe.
No. I've told all my stories.
Oh, no, I don't want any more stories. I'm talking about Vinny's. It's your turn to buy.
It's Pepper's turn.
No, I'm sorry, guys. Pepper's got a hot date.
Really? Who?
Me.
Terrific.
You mean my driving, of course.
No, to be free for an evening. Oh.
There wasn't anything free about that $30 dinner.
It was Dutch, remember?
Well, that's Lib.
Yeah. Men's.
What's happening up there?
Whatever, let's not get involved.
That looks like Milt. That is Milt Taylor.
Come on, folks.
Hey, Milt.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
What's happening here, officer?
Did you hear me, sir? There's nothing here to concern you folks, and we don't need onlookers.
Well, I'm not really an onlooker, I'm
Sir, I don't
officer.
care who you are. You have to move it. sir.
Look, hey, Milt.
It's okay. Hi, Pepper. Bill.
Hey, Milt, how are you? What's happening here?
A young kid, maybe 15. He turned on the gas.
Dead?
Yeah. You know, I'll bet over the years there's been a dozen suicides in that old flea trap. Most of them kids under 20.
Jeez. We're blocking traffic.
Yeah, I hope to see
I'll
you
see you
around.
later, Milt. Okay, take it easy.
Just routine.
That's why I never like working patrol. Nah, that kind of stuff. Just happy somebody else is handling it.
Okay, will do. What is this? Gonna be something new?
Well, you like Hawaiian music, don't you?
Yeah, I like Hawaiian music.
Well, then tell me exactly how many do you want?
How many? What do I want?
Oh, raffle tickets for the Policeman's Benevolent League. 2 weeks in Hawaii for you and Harriet? Think about that, Joseph. $20 and you got yourself a sure thing.
Got myself a sure thing.
Absolutely.
Tell me something. How do you propose to do that?
Well, I happen to have a little pull in the proper places. Why don't we just leave it at that?
Bill and Pep take any?
Pep took 5. Bill still got his hand in his pocket, but you know, that'll be coming out soon. You know, Harriet would really appreciate, you know, basking on the beach, sipping Mai Tais.
You're not trying to bribe me now, are you?
Think about it, will you? All alone, no telephones away from here? In Hawaii?
2 weeks in Hawaii. Basking in the sun.
That's right.
I'm gonna put our life in your hands.
You got a deal.
K-L-E-M-E-N, right? I-N. M-I-N, okay. Got it. Yeah, we'll be waiting right here for him. Okay, Captain. We'll see you then. Right.
What was that about?
That girl, that kid we ran into last night.
The suicide. It wasn't a suicide?
Oh, all the evidence says it was. They got prints on it. Joanne Clement, Dayton, Ohio. Turned 16 last month. The runaway. Sounds commonplace.
But it isn't.
The folks just flew in. They're in Barnes' office now. He's sending them down here, then he wants to talk to us.
There's more to this.
Yeah. We used to call it white slavery.
I'd like to see Mr. Victor, please.
Is this in reply to the newspaper ad?
Yes, ma'am.
Your name, please.
Laura Baker.
Now, please be seated. He'll be with you in a little while.
Are you involved with anyone?
Well, he doesn't own me. You know, we've only been together for a couple of months. I mean, you know.
What does he do, Francine?
He's a musician, Primal Scream.
Huh?
That's the group he's with. He plays the guitar.
Oh. Have you had any other involvements?
Yeah, there was a bass player, and then there was this bus driver.
Now, you're a lovely girl, Francine. And I think we can help you. But we're gonna need some pictures.
And you have a special photographer in mind.
Oh, no, we don't do that. Anyone you choose. Just so the pictures do justice to your charms.
I know what you mean. Thanks a real lot, Mr. Victor. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And you too.
Oh, what do you think?
I think not. She's too experienced for my purposes.
Yeah. Well, she looks good, going on 18. I can use her in local films. Maybe loops.
That's your concern. I merely want quickly to get a replacement for Miss Clement.
She was our only child. Until a year ago, she'd never been away from home overnight. Not one night.
We did everything we could to find her. Private detectives, everything, you know.
Yes. Mr. Clement, I'm afraid we do know.
And she never tried to contact you?
Not until the other day when we got the letter. And she...
Well, for the first time in years, she seemed so happy. That's why we couldn't believe that she'd do what they say she did.
Joanne always wanted to be an actress, a dancer, something like that. We tried to talk her out of it. We told her it's a 1 in a million chance. We didn't want her to get hurt, but she was pretty stubborn.
Just exactly what was in the letter?
Well, it was like, I told you so. She said she just got this job, a real good job, a model. And she said she was going to travel all over the world. I mean, she seemed so happy.
No. Slowly, Miss Baker. Turn a little more slowly, please. Huh? Lovely. You're very lovely. Now, do your parents know you came here?
Oh, sure.
Now, be honest with me, Laurie.
Well, I know it'll be okay with them.
I hope so. Because you're a minor. And if we do get you assignments, your parents will have to give their approval.
My parents aren't here in town.
Oh? Where are they?
My mother's in Mississippi.
And you ran away.
I left. It was better that way.
When did you get here?
About 6 weeks ago. And I need the work, Mr. Victor.
I'm sorry. But without your parents' consent, you can't sign contracts.
I thought it'd be different if I came out here.
Anywhere in the country, Laurie.
There is one possibility. You see, Miss Baker, I represent a number of clients abroad. As you well know, American things are extremely popular in other countries. Music, food, fashion. Well, blue jeans, for example. The whole world wears blue jeans. And attractive young girls like yourself, well, they're very much in demand as models.
I could go to Europe?
The fact is, Miss Baker, if you wanted to, you could go most anywhere.
The ones they ship out, most of those kids, 15, 16. And they're all runaways.
So there won't be any parents around to make waves.
That seems to be the idea.
And they wind up in the Mideast.
A small sheikdom named Ramat.
Yeah, but Captain, you know, a little country like that, now that couldn't account for all the white slave traffic. It's got to be a clearinghouse, don't you think?
Right. From there, they ship them to hell and gone.
Charming.
Come on, come on. What do you want to eat?
Getting less and less hungry by the minute.
Well, then let's try the copper kettle. They serve small portions. The way we got it figured, Victor handles the legitimate end of the operation here.
And this Hattar?
Jamal Hattar?
Yeah. He's in charge of the slavery operations, right?
No, he works at it. I didn't say he ran it. We think the real boss is a guy by the name of Salim Daoud, a visiting college professor at State University. He came over here about 3 months ago, and right after he arrived, we began to hear the rumors.
Daoud.
We don't know too much about him, except that he's single and well-traveled, and understand he's quite a ladies' man. You know, Sergeant, I get the feeling that he'd really go for you.
Harriet, what do you mean we can't go to Hawaii? Pete said winning the raffle's a sure thing. The kids, well, they buy a couple extra tickets, half fare, and take them with us. Or we can leave them with your mother and make a second honeymoon out of it. I don't know, sweetheart. I'll leave that part up to you. Of course, Bill will give me the time off. Look, I've got at least 2 weeks coming to me after the Brandon case alone. Bill, Harriet wants to know.
Tell her, yes, I'll do anything to get rid of you for a while. And give her my love.
He's real reluctant about it, but he says he'll try to get along without me. And he sends you a kiss. One of his famous freebies. I'll see you later.
Atini Isem Hotel Karib. Can you please tell me the time? Arzouk Eli Ehsha. It is noon. Deluti Dhuhran. It is the dinner hour. الآن الساعة 10.
Hi. A little tougher than French.
Oh, not if you're an Arab. How come?
If I'm going to enroll in that course, I have to have at least a little background in this, in case teacher starts making inquiries.
Oh, yeah, teacher. Here we go. Professor Daoud.
Jamil. Or is it Gamil? Loose translation for not bad.
Pat, look. I mean, if you don't mind, this is my office and I got a little work I gotta do, so... I mean, if you really don't mind.
Of course not.
Okay. You want to take your Berlitz and split? Yeah, Crowley. Captain, we're on to it. I know there's pressure. We're always under pressure, aren't we? Uh-huh. Daoud, right. Pepper will be meeting with him at exactly this time tomorrow afternoon.
Public opinion thus confined the women to the house, leading to the establishment of the harem system or enforced seclusion. This absence of women from normal activity on the streets is characteristic of many Arabic towns until this day. This gradual disappearance of women from public festivities and even from worship has given rise to a widespread Western view that Arabic women are consigned to an inferior position. But it is very important for us to know that in the earliest days of Arab culture, their status was completely different. They were not closely veiled, not much more secluded than their European sisters. In fact, many of them were very well educated and accomplished. I think it is very important to see that the Western concept of Arabic oppression of their women comes from the growth of some later, even modern, usages. In truth, the Arabs, in their deepest traditions, have been perhaps among the most chivalrous people in the world. I'm looking forward at our next meeting. Thank you.
Dr. Daoud, I'm sorry I walked in so late. That makes 2 lectures I've missed.
I know. Had you been here, I would have been very much aware of it.
Thank you.
As I was when you arrived.
Oh, thank you again.
And now you wonder how you can make up the work.
Yes, if I can.
Mrs. Anderson.
Miss.
Forgive me. You're not taking the course for credit.
No, I'm interested in the subject matter. I'm a teacher, and I'm assigned to Saudi Arabia to an American high school next term, so I want to learn all I can about its people and its history.
That's commendable.
Thank you.
You see, our first class is a get-acquainted session. So the students and I might come to know one another.
Oh.
But we can easily make that up. If you'll come for dinner with me tonight.
Well,
Miss Anderson, as one Mideast scholar to another, I would be most honored if you'd say yes.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't have to pretend with her.
She's got to be 19 if she's a day.
Yeah, way over the hill, right?
Huh. Hey, look at this.
A little young, don't you think?
For people with normal taste, yeah.
Yes, Helen.
Miss Baker's here.
Send her in, please.
Mr. Victor, Mr. Attar, my landlady said you called.
Yes, and it's very nice that you're so prompt. Now, tell me, do you know of a place named Hartley's?
No.
Well, they sell very elegant clothing.
Oh, you mean I'm going to model for them?
No, I already explained that that would be impossible, but You are going there tomorrow morning, and they're going to help you select a very nice wardrobe at our expense, of course.
I don't understand.
We want you to look your best for the trip.
The trip?
My associates were very impressed with the photographs we sent them. So you are going to fly to London. And after that,
You really mean this?
you will leave in a few days. We will take care of the passport, reservations, all the details.
Of course, you'll be very well chaperoned all the way, and here's a little something in advance.
Mr. Victor, I don't know what to say.
We would appreciate it if you didn't say anything to anyone.
You understand, Laurie? We're the only agency in the city handling this sort of thing, and since we were the first ones to think of it, we sort of have a corner on the market. So if the news got out, so mum's the word, huh?
Total mum, for sure.
Here she comes.
She looks mighty happy.
We better stay with her.
Don't you want to talk with her?
I don't know yet. If she goes home to Mom and Dad, there's nothing to talk about.
Good evening.
Good evening. I guess the standard expression is for me?
I hope you approve, Miss Anderson.
Approve? Are you kidding? Oh, my. Oh, and it's Pepper.
Salim?
Salim.
Yes.
I just don't know what to say. I mean, the roses are lovely, but the vase, I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
It is from my small collection.
But it's priceless.
No, it's your delight that is priceless.
You're not your run-of-the-mill professor. Most teachers I know, the only collection they have is, thank you, a collection of unpaid bills.
Well, I'm more fortunate.
Family wealth,
Yes,
oil,
among other things.
like.
The enjoyment of life. Shall we?
Oh, definitely. For that matter, you're not your ordinary Arab either.
My mother was French. Perhaps that explains it.
Yes, that explains a lot of things.
No, I'm very Arab. And I'm ready to share it with you.
Sounds nice.
Definitely not Mom and Dad.
Well, let's go see what kind of a story she lays on us. We'll go around the back in case she tries to rabbit. Oh, miss? I'm with the police department. I want to make it have a word.
Let me go, please.
Police.
Let me go.
Just relax.
It's all right, honey. It's okay. We're both police officers. Nobody's going to hurt you. We just want to talk to you, okay?
You're going to send me back, aren't you?
Send you back where?
To my mother and that guy,
What's your name, honey?
Laurie Baker. But you know that.
How old are you, Laurie? About 14?
15. And I'm not going back.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that later. Right now, we're more interested in some people you've been meeting with here.
I had couscous once, in San Francisco.
Not the way I make it. There are dozens of variations. Mine is indisputably the best.
Can I have the recipe?
Only if you'll join in my toast. May I?
Of course.
Very poor timing. You'll excuse me?
Certainly.
Hello? Yes, sir. I understand we have someone working on it. I would say within a few days. It's very likely.
Does Hattar know the client is on the way?
I'm sure Attar is aware of it. If they suspected anything, they would have taken action by now. Of course, the last I heard, the flight was on schedule. I'll see if I can't expedite matters.
You've done well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Again, my apologies. A graduate student at university. She's doing a thesis.
You make yourself very available to your students.
Shall we toast to that?
All right.
To our relationship.
To our relationship.
Wherever it may lead.
He said Hattar's name on the phone.
Yep.
But he didn't say what would happen in a few days.
I can make a guess.
Make it.
That's when they ship over another girl.
I'll buy it. Because we found her.
A runaway?
Yeah. Juvenile notified her mother in Mississippi. Her mother's a boozer, so is the guy she lives with. They couldn't care less what happens to the kid.
So?
So we're petitioning to make her a ward of the court.
And use her as a snitch?
Yeah, the court approves.
That could put her in a lot of danger. You can't do
We'll
that.
have a policewoman stand with her, Pep.
Even so, that...
Even so, there's still a danger. I know that. I feel a responsibility for the kid. But I got another responsibility, too. I gotta bust up a white slave ring. I gotta try to save a lot of little girls. Now, this kid is the key to busting it. If she can't help me, it's back to go. Look, I had a decision to make, and I made it, okay?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so am I. Okay, so what else did you pick up last night? Anything?
What I told you.
What about Daoud? Did he,
Yeah, he's very charming.
Yeah, but I mean, did he,
I was wired, remember? If he had, you'd have known. He's a perfect gentleman.
Is he alone?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Victor?
Oh, here you are. I've been looking for you. I even tried reaching you at home.
I was arranging for the girl's passport.
Oh, well, another young lady came in here, and I thought she might be all right, and if you wanted to see her, I...
Mr. Victor, our partnership has been a very rewarding one.
Has been?
My people want me to work out of another city.
Why? We've hardly scratched the surface here.
We have reason to believe that the local police are becoming suspicious.
But we still have 2 days before we put Laurie Baker on the plane.
Then you will receive your full commission, and she'll be the last one.
Well, we're set. But we've got some stringent guidelines.
Well, looks like we're going to be doing some babysitting.
That's one, around the clock. 2, no jeopardy. I mean, if that little girl so much as stumps her toe, my butt's going to be out in front of the bench.
Well, I think I've come up with something very interesting. I never thought I'd be saying something nice about the telephone company, but
now you are, right?
Well, I just got to give credit where credit is due. You know that telephone call Pepper was listening in on? Where do you suppose that one came from?
Pete, don't milk it. Just give it to me, will you?
A little country in the Middle East called Ramat.
Did you tell Pepper?
It's too late. She already split.
Hey! Hey, Bill. Pepper, listen, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Hey, buddy.
As long as it was business.
What was business?
What? Sit down, Bill. You're missing something fantastic.
You like this, buddy?
What is that?
That's couscous. Strictly vegetarian.
Couscous. That's Arabian, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of variations, but one thing is for sure. Mine is the best.
Definitely.
Oh.
Is this a recipe you picked up someplace?
Yeah. From a terrific friend. think she's pretty good.
Yeah, the best.
That's all?
What you are seeing is a corruption. I know that sounds pompous, but it is the truth. This sort of dancing used to be deeply rooted in religion. It's a thing of remarkable grace, beauty, and even piety. Well, later...
You know, I believe that you are a true Renaissance man, one of the few I've ever met.
Really?
You're a historian, a teacher, you speak 6 languages.
5, and not all of them well.
You're a gourmet cook. You're a student of the arts. You're a remarkable man.
I appreciate beauty.
It seems so.
You are the proof.
Are there many women in your life?
Of course. It's a valued tradition in my country.
And they're beautiful?
And that, too, is a tradition.
Then why do you come so far?
Well,
No, seriously. You have a beautiful home in Ramat. Servants, everything a man could want, including, I imagine, your choice of women. Why would you come to the United States to take a job that probably doesn't pay for your plane ticket?
well, I have other interests.
Involving women? Beautiful women?
Since I've come to this country, Pepper, I have found only one woman in whom I have any interest at all.
Gee, I was scared you wouldn't get my message. Mr. Hattar came over today.
Oh, what do you want?
I am supposed to leave day after tomorrow, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at this.
They did a nice job with that.
Oh, it says I'm 18.
Yeah, I noticed.
The clothes they picked for me for the trip, they make me look even older.
What about that ticket?
It's non-stop to London.
Yeah, well, they'll probably have somebody there to smuggle you the rest of the way. Did Tar say he'd be at the airport?
He's gonna drive me there.
Laurie, you think you can go through with this thing?
I think so.
You know, we'll be at the airport. There'll be a lot of us there. You got nothing to worry about, believe me.
Sure.
You're gonna be safe between now and then. In about an hour, there'll be a policewoman over. Her name's Mary Lou Groves. She's gonna stick with you till we get this thing wrapped up. Think you're gonna like her. See you at the airport. Laurie? Okay.
About those raffle tickets now.
What do you want?
Well, you know how those raffle tickets
Later, Pete.
Well, you know, if you don't come out of your
Come on,
pocket
Pete,
with your
later.
hand,
We're
they're
busy
gone.
right now,
The
okay?
deductible and everything. Yeah. Pep.
Four-Star Modeling Agency. Oh, yes. Just a moment, please.
Yes, Helen?
Is Mr. Hattar with you?
No, but I'll get him.
Line 1.
It's for you.
Thanks. Yes? Put him on. Good afternoon, sir. Today? Yes, sir, I'll have her there. Thank you.
Get who where?
Your commission on Miss Baker should be higher than you thought.
Well, how's that?
The expenses will be down. We won't have to send her to London on a commercial plane.
Huh?
A client of mine is here on business. He's starting back to Ramat this afternoon in a private plane.
You mean he's willing to take her along?
He insists on it. It's only himself and the crew. He might get lonely. If I get any more calls, I'll be back in a couple of hours.
Yes, sir.
Charlie's not here yet, Laurie. Hungry?
Sort of.
All right. I'll go out and get us a couple of hamburgers and fries. Be back in 10, 15 minutes.
Wait a second. I owe you some money.
It's on the police department. We've got a fantastic budget.
Thanks, Miss Groves.
Mary Lou, keep the door locked, huh?
Arab dominance of the Mediterranean world of the Middle Ages imposed a great cautionary influence on the art of their. This stemmed from the Islamic injunction against the graven image and the deep belief that the creation of beauty comes only from God.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Yes.
There's a phone call for you. They said it was an emergency.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me. Relax for a few moments.
But I haven't even packed yet, you see.
That shouldn't take more than a few seconds.
I have to change my clothes. I mean, I can't go like this. Look, why don't you come back and say 15 minutes? And by that time, I'll be already...
We don't have 15 minutes, Laurie. You have an opportunity that a few girls ever get, and I'm not going to let you spoil it. It's for your sake. So, we are leaving now.
Daoud. Yes, I know where. I am deeply grateful. Thank you.
Beautiful, isn't it? And you will find it's much more comfortable than a commercial plane. Stop!
I don't like
Stop it. We have a commitment and you will fulfill it. You will board that plane and you will behave yourself from this moment on. Do you understand?
Are you all right?
Are you all right?
There's an ambulance on the way.
Bill, I can't believe he's one of them.
He's not. How do you suppose we got here? He's the one who called us.
You see, Pepper, we are a small country, and we are trying very hard to progress as rapidly as our wealth has grown. Very simply, we want the world's respect. And if it became known that some of our people were engaged in...
It would set you back pretty far, huh?
We wanted to handle it ourselves. I was not to contact any police agency here until it became absolutely necessary.
And so they set you up as a professor.
I am a professor, not a policeman. It took me more than 1 month before I could place our receptionist in Victor's office.
Well, professor or policeman, you've saved an awful lot of young girls.
Oh, the girl, how is she?
Fine. She'll be placed in a foster home soon.
She's not going home then?
No.
I am. As soon as I leave here, if I can clear up the matter of entering your country with a gun illegally.
I think you've more than cleared yourself.
I hope so. Pepe,
Yes.
I hope one day you'll be my guest in my home.
Salim, that's a beautiful thought.
In any case, I want us never to lose contact.
I want that too. I truly do. I better let you rest. See you tomorrow.
What's been happening here?
You won the raffle.
Huh?
I was supposed to be the lucky one. And you got it all, Bill.
Oh, my...
2 weeks in Hawaii, huh? And I put my life in your hands? Huh.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I didn't buy any raffle tickets.
Yes, but Pep bought 5 and she put 1 in your name. And you won.
Is that true? Why would you do that?
Because, well, for good luck. I love you. What else?
Didn't want to make me look cheap, huh?
No, you're not cheap. You're very thrifty. You're,
Just frugal.
yeah.
Joe!
Frugal. You're frugal. Anyway, there you go. 2 weeks in Maui.
2 weeks in Maui?
Yeah. You and a friend. Anyone you want to take.
How about you, friend?
Sure. I'd love it. Yeah, thank you.
You promised not to say anything to Pete and Joe. I'll let you have the ticket for half price.
Can you tell us about the people he worked with?
Dad called him the mongoose.
The mongoose?
And you gotta know that he's working with somebody right inside your own department.
Conspiracy to commit gambling.
I got a 14-year-old kid out there looking for his father's killer.
Jack, you gotta slow down.
Pepper.
Hey, Lee.
Bill.
Gee, been a little while, huh?
It's good of you to come.
Gee.
You come without asking what it is I want. You are good friends. Chin? Yet go cashew man.
You know, Lee, I think Crowley would use any excuse to come in here for your pork fried noodles.
That's what I ordered.
Oh, I think he's part Chinese.
Lee, you got a problem, right?
I need some help. My grandson, he's 17. Been gone 3 months now.
3 months? Well, why did you wait till now to call us?
Because it's a family problem. But after 3 long months, I call you now. His mother, she's very sick, and I'm worried.
You've not heard a word from him for 3 months, right?
No.
What's his name, Lee?
Harriam Kwan. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's to be expected.
Gambler?
It'll be all right. You know, my people, they gamble in the back. And the police, they do their job.
It's perfectly 10. We're on the way to the station with 14 suspects. All right, let's move out.
Hey, listen, I sure hope you don't do anything to the cooks back there, because I got an order of pork fried noodles working.
Crowley, how are you?
Good, how are you?
How's it going, Wagner?
Hey, Pepper. Well, what is the first team doing in these back alleys? Surely it can't be the fine cuisine in this dump.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, it must be pretty slow down there, huh? You guys got nothing to do except hassle old men?
Oh, now, wait a minute. This is a commercial operation. Advice gets a lot of heat if we don't take these games. Besides, it's not that easy. So what are you doing here?
Mr. Kwan's grandson is missing. He was just telling us about it.
Well, he'll turn up. Probably running with one of the gangs. These people have really gotten out of hand. No offense.
They're all loaded up now. What about this guy?
Yeah, book him. Like I said, it's not that easy. See, that guy, he's a lookout. Anybody suspicious comes in here, he pushes a button behind that counter, and bingo, the game is over.
And by the time you get in the back, it's chess and checkers and chopsticks, huh?
Right. Councilman?
All right. Everyone well?
Yeah. All right, hold it up a minute. Mr. McCormick here would like to say a few words. Councilman.
Thank you. Now, you all know how I feel about organized gambling in this city. Not only is it illegal, but it also breeds other forms of crime.
Politician.
Prostitution, corruption. And then again, you all know this. So let me just say that I stopped by to say, keep up the good work. The very good work. Thank you. Your lieutenant explained to me about how you took the lookout. I'd call that good old police technique, Sarge.
McCormick, why don't you can all that crud you dished out in there and save it till next year when you run for re-election?
Did you have any problems? Fine.
You sure you got him?
The tickets? I got them. Now, hot dog, about our bet. I'll tell you what. I'll give you the Rams at 3.
I got the Rams, but with 7.
7? The spread is 3. What are you trying to do, hustle me? All right, you bandit. You got 7. Now let's get going before we miss the kickoff.
Dad? Thanks.
Why? I still got a good bet with 7.
I mean, thanks for giving up your golf today. I know about the tournament. Mr. Bain called while you were in the shower.
Well, I'll tell you something, bandit. Something dumb. But I'd rather spend Sunday with you than play golf in the Masters. Now let's get... Wait a minute, where's the radio? Go get the radio. Man.
All the excitement of the big game
An afternoon that was made to order in a huge sellout crowd. You know, fans, both teams come in today with winning streaks, and the survivor will take that giant stride toward the
Hey, Paul. Glad communications got a hold of you two. Some mess, huh?
Anybody in that thing?
Curtis Forrester.
The reporter?
Right.
You got any suspects?
We just got started. That's his kid over there. He was standing near the house when it happened.
The kid saw it happen?
Yeah. I need someone to question him and then transport him over to Barton Hall.
Barton Hall? Paul, are you crazy? You can't let a kid go through an experience like this and then dump him at Barton Hall. What are you thinking about?
That's terrible.
What about his family? Has he got any relatives?
That's the problem. There is no one. His mother died 2 years ago. We've already contacted probation. He's got to go to Barton Hall until they can line up a foster place, home.
So meanwhile, we just question the kid, then dump him at the hall, is that it?
Paul, can't you just turn him over to juvenile?
Pepper, what I need is a woman's touch. You're the only female investigator that's not tied up today. Juvenile's got no one available. I'd like to help the kid, Pep, but his old man was a reporter. He might have been onto something big. You're it, and that's all there is to it.
All right. We'll question him, but we're not going to dump him off at that place like a piece of baggage. Want to talk?
This is it?
Yes, it is. Bill, where are we going?
Not here.
Probation know he's here. I mean, the boy's been through hell. It could be weeks before he's able to open up to anybody. You know, it's just going to take a while for him to face what's happened.
We should take this in and talk to him.
The department is going to come down in the middle of your back for hiding him here, and you forget it's not our case. It's homicides. How quickly you forget.
Go in and talk to him. Here.
Feel like some hot chocolate? Jeff, we need your help to find out whoever is responsible for your father's death. We know how terrible you feel and how much he meant to you, but we need your help. Jeff?
Yeah, I found some marshmallows.
Oh.
Want one?
Yeah, I like to watch them melt.
What about you, Jeff? Jeff, we think your dad was mixed up in something pretty big. You have any idea what it could have been? I mean, I really want to catch the guy that did that to your dad. And I promise you something, I will. But I can't do it by myself. We need your help, Jeff. Will you help us?
I'll help you. I want to help you.
Son, do you know what your dad was working on? What kind of a story?
No. He didn't talk about it much. He used to talk with Mom, but...
It's okay, Jim. It's okay. Can you tell us about the people he worked with?
You mean on his own?
Yeah.
He had an informant. He used to talk with him on the telephone. They used to meet all the time.
Do you know his name, where he lived, anything like that?
No. Dad called him the Mongoose.
The Mongoose?
He asleep?
Yeah.
Nice kid.
He's a good kid, isn't he?
Did you ever turn the heat on in this place?
You cold?
Yeah, I'm always cold.
I'll get you some hot coffee.
You know something?
What?
I saw a side of you I never noticed before tonight.
Oh, like what? Like I make cold coffee?
No, that you'd make a good father.
Yeah?
Yeah. Jeff got a lot of strength from you.
Do you know what time it is?
Hmm.
I can't make it. I want to go to bed.
I haven't finished this.
Well, I'm going to give you the keys to the car. Pick us up in the morning, okay?
You got an extra bathrobe? I love to sleep in men's bathrobes. Yes?
I'm from the probation department. Sergeant Crowley?
No, Sergeant Pepper Anderson.
I'm Mary Snyder, juvenile probation officer. I've come for the boy. You realize you were supposed to transport him to Barton Hall last night. The boy is here.
Yes, he is here. I made some coffee. Why don't
you don't have to explain your behavior to me, Sergeant. This is a juvenile court order for the return of Jeffrey Forrester.
Hey, Pep, how about...
Bill, this is Mary...
Snyder. I'm with probation. I've explained to your friend why I'm here.
The boy's asleep.
Would you please wake him?
Look, we've just begun to get through to him about his father. If you would try to understand.
I'm afraid I do. You see, I have to make a complete report about all this. My only concern is the well-being of the child.
It's Miss Snyder and there. Jeff's going to try to find you a really good temporary home. things are going to work out, okay? Let me tell you something. I give you my word. We're going to catch him.
Sergeant Crowley, I just want you to know that my dad was a good reporter because he could relate to people. He could put himself in their shoes, take on their problems. My mom told me that once. She was right. I just wanted to thank you and Sergeant Anderson, for being like him and being with me last night.
Where is Jeff? I called everywhere.
He's with the probation department. They're trying to find him a suitable home.
A suitable home?
That's right, sir.
Mrs. Longley, find out who the chief probation officer is and get him on the line. I thought a Lieutenant Salvino of homicide was assigned this case.
That's right. He is. We're assisting him. Mr. Bain, could you tell us what Forrester was working on? What stories?
He was working on several assignments.
Like what?
Consumer fraud, a profile on bank robbers.
Yeah? What else?
Corruption in city government.
Involving who?
I don't know. Kurt was the best guy here, and you people know it. And when he was on standard assignments, he touched base with me. But when he was into something big, he'd go full bore and alone till he had his facts.
Which of these would you consider routine?
Consumer fraud.
Who's a mongoose?
What?
Jeff mentioned that his father was working with somebody called a mongoose. Who is that, Mr. Bain?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
Now, if you do, this is hardly the time to remind us of freedom of the press.
Sergeant Anderson, Kurt was more than just an employee here. He was a close personal friend. And this paper would go to any extreme to find his killer.
Then why did you look away when we mentioned the mongoose?
Well, this mongoose, as Kurt chose to call him, was just a faceless name to me, to all of us here. We don't know who he is.
Then how did they communicate?
Well, this mongoose would call and set up appointments. That much I do know.
Mongoose always phoned Forrester?
Right. And then they'd obviously meet and, Oh, yes, put him on. Mr. Olin? Yes, I'm calling about Jeff Forrester. When? Keep me posted. If there's anything this paper can do, call me. Jeff's run away.
Crowley, what in the hell are you up to?
Oh, I'm just screwing around here, Captain, tightening up the pencil sharpener.
Don't get cute with me. That boy, you took him to your apartment, didn't you, instead of Barton Hall? You and your partner.
Which partner? I'm kind of heavy on
I
partners.
said don't get cute.
Yeah, well, Captain, let me tell you something. Now, what I do in my off-duty hours is my business. You got no right to even question about my personal life.
When you violate the rules and subject the department to outside criticism and interfere with an important investigation, I've got every right. Now, Crowley, I'm telling you, you take those files back to homicide, give them to Salvino, and you get out of this. And stay out of Chinatown. You could have lost up that raid, too.
Now, what do you guys have? Would you steal his holster or something?
Hey, what's the matter?
Bet I know what that was all about. Guess I should have gone home.
I thought it was legal between consenting adults.
Me too.
What's the matter? You guys got nothing to do? Joe, take this file down to Salvino. No, both of you. Get over to Juvenile and see if you can help him locate that kid.
Park say we were in on this?
Nope.
I need some help, Mr. Bain.
Jeff, where are you?
My dad worked with someone called the Mongoose. I want to meet him. I need his telephone number so that I can...
Jeff, listen. The police will find him. You stay right where you are, and I'll send someone to pick you up. Now, give me your location.
I can't, Mr. Bain. Now, will you give me the number, please?
I don't have it, Jeff. Now, where are you?
Well, I'm not in any home, I'll tell you that.
All right, Morris, how about it?
Look, Bill, like I told you before, you don't give me the court order, I cannot give you the tolls. Now, I'm sorry, but that's company
Morris,
policy.
like I told you before, Pepper is with the judge right now. She'll be here any minute.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, hell, I got a 14-year-old kid out there looking for his father's killer. I want Forrester's tolls, Morris, and I want them now.
Bill, please, sit down, relax, huh?
You talk about your red tape. What'd you do, stop for lunch?
No, but the judge did.
Now, let's go, Morris. Read it later, will you?
Listen, if you want all the subscriber information here, it's going to take a while.
We'll wait.
This is the week of 6.
He's got to be one of these 6 phone numbers.
We'll try him. First, I want to check that house, in case Jeff might be there.
You know, you're sticking your neck way out in this one. Why? Homicidal. Look at that. That's Forrester's house. 12Y50, requesting fire units to 1338 Sunshine Terrace.
There's a van pulling out. Let's get it.
12Y50, requesting a clear frequency. We're in pursuit of a possible arson suspect from 1338 Sunshine Terrace. You got that?
Roger.
Take it a little easy, huh, Bill? 12Y50, suspect's vehicle is a 68 Ford van, light blue, license number, can you see it, Bill?
143.
License number 143.
Peter Charlie Edward.
Peter Charlie Edward. You're wild, Bill, today. Come on, take it easy. You gotta slow down. You gotta slow down. Somebody'll let the other ones catch up.
Lose him.
Y50 requesting a traffic unit. We had a little accident. Crowley was driving, of course. We're at the end of Sunshine Terrace in a ravine. Would you believe it? Suspect last seen heading westbound on Trent. You gotta change your driving habits.
Get out of the car.
Michael said it was definitely arson.
Yeah.
Quote, we could have parked a rig right on top of this place and it still would have burned to the ground. End of quote.
Who'd the van finally come back to?
Joe's running it now.
Bill.
What?
Hey, you turkeys. I thought you ordered off this case.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah,
Listen,
we
why
were
don't you
close
tell
by,
your
so
boss-
I asked Bill to swing by and check, okay?
Well, okay. But the old man's on his way, and I'd clear out if I were you.
Hey, Bill. That van was stolen out of Las Vegas. Radio car just located it 6 blocks west of here.
What about the driver?
No luck, but they recovered 2 empty gas cans.
They called Prince?
They're en route.
What else can happen to this kid? Yeah, okay. That's fine.
We got the toll calls.
Good, that was Bain. Jeff called.
Where is he?
He doesn't know. The kid's out there looking for the mongoose. So let's start making his calls.
I'd like to speak to the mongoose, please. Right, the mongoose. No, I'm not kidding. Yeah, will you do the same, pal?
Yeah.
Mongoose?
Who's this?
Police officer. I want to talk to you.
Man, you gotta be crazy. I can't meet you. I'm being watched.
Okay, then I'll come meet you.
You know where I live?
Look, buddy, I told you I'm a cop. I've already run your number. Sure, I know where you live.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, but not here, you know, a synagogue at 8th and Oxwood. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Yeah, and be alone.
You, Jerome?
How did you know? What? The telephone company, huh? It's all right. That ain't my real name anyway. Forrester picked that one out. The real Jerome Stallings, was killed. Traffic accident.
And you're who?
Mongoose. That's enough, Mongoose.
What was Forrester into?
Man, for all I know, man, you got to be a part of the whole thing.
Part of what whole thing?
Corruption. That's what Forrester called it. That's all I know.
Look, pal, now you get to the bottom line, or we're gonna go down to the station, print you, and then we'll find out just who you really are. You get my message?
Right. John McCormick, your esteemed councilman, he's in debt. He's a big loser. Some local bookies, some that ain't so local.
And what?
And he's getting paid off. A big gambling syndicate to keep the heat off of Chinatown. It's a Chinese syndicate. And you gotta know that he's working with somebody right inside your own department.
Where's the boy?
I don't know. I never met him. Why?
He's run away. You think he could be in any danger?
Not unless he's got his father's file.
What would be in the files?
Well, I was able to get a hold of the Councilman McCormick's markers. Now, just by themselves, that wouldn't look too pretty in front of a grand jury, right?
There he is.
You want to tell him first about his grandson?
Yeah.
You have news of my grandson.
Lee, we have some bad news for you. Your grandson's dead, Lee.
He was found in San Francisco, a drug overdose.
It is as I feared. I have relatives there that can bring him home.
Is there anything we can do?
No. I have already caused you both much trouble. I will tell his mother. It is a family matter.
Lee, there's another young boy who's in trouble. His father was murdered, and I'm afraid that some of your people are involved. We need your help, Lee.
What can I do?
Good evening. How's the Shui Mai tonight?
Please, come with me.
You're all under arrest. Everybody freeze. Get your hands above the table. Steve, come in and tell him, will you?
網屋，我原來你，嗱嗱，買嘢，交交翻咗上嚟到噃。
Larry, come to the door with me. They can get their names. Everybody's name.
Things gonna happen?
Something better happen soon. I'd sure hate to have to explain this raid to Parks.
I hate to have to explain anything to that hardhead.
Jamal.
Looks like somebody's making a move.
You're in charge of this?
That's right.
Let's go outside. You've made a grave mistake.
Oh, yeah? How do you figure that?
This is not the night we agreed for a raid.
Uh-huh. Well, I tell you, I'm taking all these people in, and that includes the money.
You people must be new to Vice. Why don't we talk? My name is Fong. Being new, you should not get what the others get. Yet.
Well, what do you think we should get?
$500 a week for all.
500?
For everybody? Does that sound fair to you?
Hmm.
Why don't you show Mr. Fong what you got in your purse?
Mr. Fong, we'd like your help with a little matter we're investigating. Yes, I will do it. Okay, thank you. How can I help you?
I'd like to see either Sergeant Anderson or Sergeant Crowley.
I'm sorry, they're both out. Can I help you?
Can I have a pencil?
Will a pen do?
Sure.
Front desk, Officer Boyer speaking. I'll have you transferred to burglary auto theft. Thank you.
Could you please give this to Sergeant Crowley? It's very important.
Okay, let's go. I got places to go and people to see.
You should learn to better schedule your time. Or when we hurry, we are more prone to mistakes.
You're a regular fortune cookie, you know that? Well, hey, you guys. For a minute, I thought you were a couple of 211 artists. What are you doing here?
We were about to ask you the same thing.
Meeting a snitch.
What's in the sack, Jack?
Lychee nuts. A friend I know likes them, and
What a whip.
You like lychee nuts?
You know, that was real stupid of you.
I bet you had more smarts than this, Wagner. Okay, you got it. You're under arrest.
Crowley, I have read every manual there is on interrogation. You're wasting your time. Book me. What's criminal conspiracy doing on this anyway? I mean, where's internal affairs, huh? Oh, I get it. Conspiracy to commit gambling. Well, that's worth about a $50 fine.
What about conspiracy to commit murder?
You crazy? You know what a guy gets when we bust him for gambling? A $10 fine. The law is a joke. Nobody cares. So when I got offered $100 a week to do the same thing I've been doing for 5 years, well, why not? But get off this thing about murder.
Did you know Curtis Forrester?
Sure, a hell of a nice guy.
Well, we think your politician friend may have killed him. Or had him killed.
McCormick, come on.
He was about to expose him, Wagner. And your involvement in Chinese gambling interests.
Crazy.
You believe this? You recognize that?
Sure, it's McCormick's phone number, so?
These are Forrester's tolls. He phoned McCormick 3 days before he was killed.
Obviously to confront him with the story.
My name is Jeff Forrester. My dad was Curtis Forrester. Yes, he had your name and number in an appointment book of his. Could we meet someplace? I have to talk to you. Yes, sir? Okay. Thank you.
Crowley, I won't bore you with specifics. Do you have any idea what you're doing?
Pepper, bring in those tapes, will you?
Being new, you should not get what the others get. $500 a week, or all.
500?
I'm sorry, Chief. We just don't know who was involved.
Bill?
Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but Mr. Mossman here, I mean, what is the Attorney General's interest in this case?
Forrester went to them for obvious reasons.
I've been studying your technique, Sergeant. Do you conduct all your investigations in this fashion?
In what fashion?
Unilaterally?
I think the important thing right now is to get the job done. And we got two immediate problems. Find Jeff Forrester and bust McCormick. Yeah, Joe, what do you want?
Excuse me. Forrester boy left it at the desk for you.
Sergeant Crowley, I have most of my dad's files. I'm going to meet with someone who may help. I'll keep in touch. Sorry I missed you, Jeff. Joe, you and Pete get a team together. Check every hotel in the downtown area.
What kept you?
Long was late. Taking care of it. There won't be any more.
What's that supposed to mean, Wagner?
Well, it's simple. We had an agreement. I take care of the games. You keep everything in line. Well, Councilman, you went too far. It seems you're involved in a murder. Curtis Forrester?
You've been smoking some of that weed that you boys confiscate.
I know he talked to you. I've seen his tolls. And I know he was about to give us some big headlines.
Mr. McCormick?
Mm-hmm.
I have a warrant to search your residence.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, now let's see what the lie detector says about Councilman McCormick. Hey, Rob. So, what do you think?
Our councilman is being very cooperative. Oh, I avoided any area that could jeopardize your gambling conspiracy.
Notice that, thanks.
What about Forrester's murder?
Oh, he's clean, Pepper. They never met. Forrester did phone to set up an appointment. McCormick thought it was about a story on his good record in fighting crime.
What, McCormick and Forrester never met?
That's right.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, call Bain's office. See if you can come up with any more background on Forrester's assignments.
What about robbery, homicide? You want me to call them?
Pepper, just call Bain's office, okay?
Okay, Forrester was here on the 19th.
Mr. Hawley, what was his primary interest with the Bureau?
He was writing an article on the futility of robbing banks. You know, because of the security, cameras, everything. We solve about 9 out of 10, which is pretty bad odds for a crook. And he also looked through the outstanding suspect files. That's suspects that are photographed during actual robberies, have been identified, but haven't been arrested yet.
Do you have that file in this office?
Oh, yes, we do.
Could I see it?
Oh, certainly. Most of them have been reduced to wanted posters.
Forrester looked through this whole book?
Yes, he did. Several of them interested him.
Oh?
Well, one in particular because he took it with him. Let's see.
Looks like we got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, he took a copy of that with him.
Looks like...
We're gonna move on it.
Bill, the manager thinks the boy is staying here. Room 109, paid for 3 nights in advance.
Where's Pete?
Upstairs checking. Anything about the mongoose?
We just left there. He's gone. Robbery homicide's gonna stake it.
Stake, yeah, look what I found in the kids' room. Looks like he's got a meeting with the mongoose tonight at 8.
Where?
Doesn't say.
I think I know where.
Yeah?
Jeff, over here.
So, you wanted to talk?
You worked with my father. I thought you might be able to tell me what he was working on.
Sure. Hey, Joe. Pep, take that aisle.
It's your dad's file?
No, just some notes I was taking.
Anybody know about this meeting?
No.
What happens to Jeff now?
He's gonna stay with the Baines till they can find a good foster home.
Good. Is he okay?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be okay. Son, listen. I want you to keep in touch with us, will you? Gonna stay in touch?
Well, all I can say is that I love you both.
We love you too, honey. We really do. It's tough. We know it's tough.
Hey, Jeff, listen, what do you say I get this Sunday off. Why don't I come by and pick you up? Spend the day together, okay?
Pepper?
Oh, well, I don't know about Pepper. Yeah, okay, with Pepper.
Okay, you gonna tell me?
It's very simple. First you fry your sausages, then you add your peppers, your mushrooms, your garlic,
That's
your
not
parmesan.
what I mean.
Smell this. Huh?
You're
Terrific.
evading the issue. You broke every rule in the book.
I felt sorry for the kid, just like you did.
No, there's more to it than that. Come on, why?
Well, you want the story of my life? You already know that.
You never talk about when you were a little boy.
You never talk about when you were a little girl.
I never was a little girl.
I'll buy that.
Bill.
Okay, I was in home.
Like Bart.
No, it's probably worse than Bart. You wouldn't believe what goes on in some of those places. I wasn't gonna let that happen to that kid.
Want to go to San Francisco?
When?
Tonight.
What are you talking about?
I've already got the tickets.
Are you kidding? I got 2 days of report writing to do.
The review board reviewed our little traffic accident. It seems we failed to avoid an avoidable accident. We are on a 2-day suspension.
We are?
You wouldn't believe what goes on in San Francisco.
Okay, Barker, stop.
Come on, get up. Let's go. Let's go. Sit down, Junior. Drink your Shirley Temple.
Don't you talk to him like that.
I said sit down. You better start coming up with a story we can believe.
Look, I didn't kill those two guys.
Your husband's been shot. He's dead.
Why don't you just tell me that you were just doing your job? Some job.
The Dodgers lead 4-2 in the sixth inning. Butch Metzger will be coming in. The Dodger bench is furious at the Giant official score. Several of the other Dodgers went out and looked up at the press box and they say, how in the world can you penalize Say? Davy Lopes, we can see, is looking up. Gail Hopkins is out of the dugout. So the here in San Francisco.
pal. Thank you.
0-2 to Marshall. One away in the ninth inning. The Dodgers leading.
What do you got, Joe?
2 dead. 1 here, 1 on the other side.
Who is he, Joe?
Henry Caffey. He's doing on the shift that's working now.
Lady, you could look at that. My wife turns green if she sees a fever blister.
He's the guy who found this body, and the responding officers found the other one.
I was reporting into work, see? I thought Henry was looking under the seat for something. Well, like I told the officer, I didn't see anybody or anything. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
That's the
I'm
consensus
sorry.
so far. Nobody saw anything that we could use. I'll tell you what I got. I got 3 shells. 2 over there and 1 around the other side. 303 Enfield.
That's great. They're about as common as an empty beer can.
This is Anthony Cardulo, 42 years old.
Will you tell me At this point in my life, why, I still find it crummy that a man can be blown away while he's changing his shoes.
Cardullo and Caffey work the same shift?
That's what I was told.
Who's in charge here?
Guy by the name of Nicastro. He's inside.
Henry Caffey wasn't friends with anybody. Remember Henry, the guy in the comics? Cue ball head, and he never spoke? That was Henry Caffey. The guys used to say that.
But they liked him, though.
Sure. Cardullo, too, for all his faults.
What do you mean, what faults?
Well, faults, that's too strong. Benny is the class clown. There's one everywhere. You know the type. Look, would you like some soda? We make some good stuff. There's ginger ale, cola, tropical punch. Take some home.
No, thanks.
Listen, guys like that often get themselves into scrapes. What about Cardullo? Do you ever get in any fights, anything like that?
Sure. Every other week. But he would kiss and make up very fast. That was Benny.
It was a Pontiac. I never saw it before.
But it was a Pontiac.
Or maybe a Merc? About 67.
Color?
It was light but dirty. Hey, I didn't have no eyes for the license. You know how it is.
Anything else?
Yeah, it had a vinyl roof. Raggedy and torn.
Yeah, well, I guess I can put together an APB and all that, huh?
Okay, we'll be in touch with you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cardullo had a family out in the valley.
I heard, Bill. I heard you.
Let's check out this shop steward, Charlie Gans.
Okay. Benny. I'm with the police department. I'm Sergeant Anderson. May I come in?
Yes, just a moment.
Are you Mrs. Cardullo?
Yeah.
May I?
Please.
Maybe you'd like to sit down also. I have something to tell you. Your husband's been shot. He's dead. I'm very, very sorry.
Who do I call? I mean, should I call the funeral parlor or his sister? What do I do?
I can do some of that if you like.
Where did it happen?
At work.
They got what they wanted, didn't they? They got what they wanted. What?
Well, if Benny Cardullo's forklift almost ran him down, it was probably his own fault. He's a klutz.
You weren't riding him about the strike that's coming. You weren't teed off because he was talking it down.
Teed off? Yeah, sure.
Who messed with the brake on the forklift? Who broke his windshield? Who put the smoke bombs in his car?
Well, this is the first time hearing of it.
Well, now that you're hearing of it.
Well, I think it's terrible.
Mr. Gans, your term as shop steward's been pretty bumpy. For example, here, during the 68 strike, 2 workers said that you convinced them to beat a pro-management man into a wheelchair.
The official charges never stuck against me, did they? They just misunderstood something I said, and then they went out and did a dumb thing.
Maybe last night, somebody misunderstood something else you said.
I don't badmouth people or start trouble. Even for Benny Cardullo.
Kind of misunderstanding where 2 men get shot?
No, miss.
Why did Cardullo tell his wife that you were bringing a lot of heat down on her?
Beats me. Look, can I go? We have got a strike vote coming up.
No.
Anderson here. Okay, thanks. The alibi checks out.
You're damn right it checks out.
Mr. Gantz. You can go.
That guy intimidates everybody. He's the kind of guy that you're wishing on.
Okay, George, relax, will you? This is Pepper Anderson, George Nellis. He's chief of security.
Well, here's the rest of your packets and all of our guys who didn't punch into work last night.
Yeah, good. Joe and Pete can take care of this, huh?
All right.
Pep and I'll handle these.
Crowley, now this kid Stuart Borchers. He was only on for the summer. He quit last week. Now, he had a final paycheck coming, and last night was payday. He didn't show up.
Pete, you want to handle it?
All right.
Mrs. Borchers?
Yes?
We're from the police. May we come in?
Please do. You found Stuart. What's happened?
No, we haven't located him yet, but we're trying to.
You have a painter in the family, huh?
Stuart.
I always wanted to paint. This one here I find very interesting. Really nice.
He won a prize for that. High school, his junior year. It's called Cold Wind. I think that's a very good title for a painting, don't you?
Absolutely.
Mrs. Borchers, you told the Orange Grove Sheriff Department that your son drives your old car, 1965 Pontiac, light brown, PCE 107 license plate?
Oh, Stuart complains so about that car. I tell him I'm not Princess Grace.
Well, is there anything about the car that might stand out? You know, like maybe a busted windshield or headlight?
No, no. Well, to tell you the truth, I don't pay much attention to that sort of thing. It's perfectly satisfactory transportation for a boy of 18. Better than I had at that age. Would you like some coffee?
Mort may have forgotten to punch his card, but he went to work.
How do you know that, Mrs. Barker?
Because he had his lunchbox. Had his work clothes on. Then this morning he talked about the job. He said he pulled his back out last night.
Yeah, well, did he tell you that 2 men have been shot to death?
No. No, he didn't.
Let's see that mugshot again.
That girl with the glasses.
Yeah.
You Morton Barker?
Oh, I'm supposed to know you?
No, see, we know you from your police record.
That was a year ago. What about it?
Mr. Barker, you told your wife you went to work last night. You didn't. Why is that?
Why is that, Mr. Barker?
Okay, Barker, drop it right now. Drop it.
2 weeks ago, according to your personnel record, you and Benny Cardulo went at each other in the men's room. What's that all about?
Benny was washing his hands, took off his watch. There's a hole in the plaster above the sink. My elbow hit his watch by accident. Got stuck down behind the wall.
So he hit you?
He kind of shoved me. I shoved him.
Mr. Barker, I can only repeat, I don't feel you should say any more.
Look, I want to get this all over with. I want to go home.
Look, I don't know what the personal problems are between you and your wife, but she's going to find out all about this anyway sooner or later.
Maybe not. Maybe not. If they let me go soon, I can make up a story. The boat was late.
We'd like to see you get home quickly, too.
Sergeant Crowley, my client does not own the kind of car you're after. Now, that's documented. I don't see why he's still sitting here.
Yeah, well, in April of '74, he was busted for assault and carrying a concealed weapon. That's documented, too.
Doesn't apply, and you know it.
Look, I get excited sometimes. That's why I ran away from you. All right, I had some problems in '74, but that's all straightened out now.
Your problems with Benny Cardulo went beyond swearing and shoving, didn't it? The company records show that you had to be taken to a doctor. Your vision was blurred.
Okay, look, I didn't go drinking by myself last night. I did. I lied about that. See, I used to be very heavy into gambling. My wife left me for a while. I was in debt to very crazy people. These are animals. That's how come I got caught with that gun last year. I even beat up on a guy. I thought he was after me. It turned out he was a druggist from Wilton Park. Anyway, I kicked gambling. Through Gamblers Anonymous, I met this guy there, Arthur Morris. So I'm leaving for work last night. He calls me up. He says, look, I'm in a card game in this hotel. I want to break away, but I need your moral support. So I go over there. And 20 lousy minutes later, I'm in the game.
Who were the other people there?
I don't know. It's 3 guys. I never met them.
Okay. We'll have to check all that out. But I'm afraid you're gonna have to stay here in the meantime, Mr. Barker.
Yeah, that's all gonna come out. And Louise is gonna leave me.
Where do we find this Arthur Morris?
I mooch around him. You still have been found.
Mr. Barker, did Charlie Gans, your shop steward, suggest that you knock Cardulo's watch behind the sink because Cardulo was anti-strike?
Look, I told you it was an accident!
Can I see outside, man? Just got a call from Mrs. Borchers. Son called her from somewhere up north. He's headed home for the start of college.
Las Brisas, that's that new school. It's practically in their backyard.
One of the reasons why nobody can find him was that car of his.
What does that mean?
Well, it broke down.
And he was hitchhiking.
Bring him in.
You got it. Borges, can I see you outside, man?
What for?
I'll tell you outside. Police, I'm Investigator Stiles. I'm gonna have to ask you to come downtown with me.
Well, school's only in session 2 days and the first bust is going
You have
down.
the right to remain silent.
What's the big deal about not picking up a paycheck? I knew I could get it any time. I just wanted to squeeze in a trip before school started.
So you just up and leave without telling anybody? How do you come up?
Too late.
Yeah.
Is that the way you do
Man.
things, man?
I know.
My mother worries. She asks a million questions. I never would have gotten on the road.
You okay? What were your problems with Benny Cardulo and Henry Caffey?
I had no problems with them.
Come on. Everybody had problems with him. They told us at the plant he's always on your back.
So why?
Look, son, I don't usually advise a person one way or the other, you understand? It's not my job. Are you sure you don't want an attorney?
What for? I mean, that just wasn't my car that night. What else could a lawyer tell me to say? From what I've seen in books and movies, you seem pretty professional to me. I don't think any of my rights have been abridged.
Yeah, all right, well, how did things go for you over at Value? I mean, like the job.
It was okay. Like soda, it's okay. I often find my life suits me quite admirably. That's a quote from Le Vent Froid. That's French for the cold wind, by Marcel Baudelaire. Do you ever read it?
No. And it's me asking the questions, okay? Now, those two men were shot with a British Enfield. Do you have a British Enfield?
That's a rifle, right?
It's a rifle, right?
No, I haven't fired a rifle since YMCA camp. 22s.
Let me tell you something. Your car fits the description like a glove, you understand? Now, we're going to continue to ask all the gun shops who bought a British Enfield. And sooner or later, we're going to find out who bought it. You understand that?
Wasn't I.
Well, buddy boy, you think about it tonight in jail, okay? Because my opinion is your story ain't worth a damn.
Well, that guy's really something else. I don't think he ever blinks.
They're hauling the car down from Ventura. That should push things along. It's costing us enough.
Those calls you had me make?
Yeah?
I found Arthur Morris's sister. She thinks, just thinks, Morris might have gone to Honolulu after a job.
Well, Mort Barker's story isn't improving with age, is it?
No.
Of course, if it becomes necessary to fly to Hawaii to find this guy, I guess I'll just have to handle it.
You would, wouldn't you? You'd go alone, wouldn't you?
Well, your life right here often suits you admirably, don't you find?
Okay, Sam, thanks.
Well, you want to wing another story for us? We get paid to listen.
What do you mean? I told you the whole truth. Didn't you find Arthur Morris? What's the problem?
Yeah, well, I tell you what we did do. We burned up a lot of shoe leather and a lot of the city's gasoline.
And we're getting tired of it.
Did you check the places where he works?
Mm-hmm. We did all that. He's not around. In fact, he hasn't been around for a long time, and I think you knew that.
No.
No.
Well, he plays the piano sometimes, you know, in bars, lounges.
You told us that. Now, which of the 2,000 bars in the city would you suggest we start with?
Look, how much does my wife know? Who's been talking to my wife? Does she know about me playing cards?
I think you better stick to the point. You better start coming up with a story we can believe.
Look, I didn't kill those two guys. I didn't kill those two guys.
Okay. Sam, take Mr. Barker back to his cell. Hey, look.
Stuart Borges? No, Benny never mentioned that name to me. When my husband had a problem with somebody, usually everybody knew about it. Look, I read in the papers where that Mort Barker tried to kill himself in jail. Is he still in a coma?
No. No, he's not. He's a little better.
That's good. Because I met him once at a company picnic, and he was a very nice man. And you think he killed my husband, don't you, Sergeant?
Well, he's told a lot of lies, Mrs. Cardullo. He lied to his wife, he lied to us. So far, his story is rather weak.
Now, there's this other one. This child, 19. That's only 3 years older than my son. It just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? Worse and worse.
Father, this is the car? Yeah, I'd have to say this is probably the car I saw on the lot.
Did you park your car at Valiant Beverage the night of September 4th?
No.
Are you still in school?
Yes.
Did you ever own a .303 caliber British Enfield rifle?
No.
Is your car a Pontiac?
Yes.
Did you kill Benjamin Cardullo?
No.
Is your first name Stewart?
Yes.
Did you kill Henry Caffey?
I keep telling everybody I didn't kill anybody.
Just answer yes or no.
No.
Are you under 21?
Yes.
Did you dislike Cardullo?
No.
Did you dislike Caffey?
No.
Have you ever seriously intended to kill somebody?
No, the idea of killing makes me sick.
Just answer yes or no.
No.
Is he dirty, Mike? Yeah, sure, in some areas, but I can't say with any certainty that he's the one.
Yeah, well, Mike, this isn't my first polygraph or my first killing. But I say, somehow or other, this flake is in it right up to his eyebrows.
Well, call him as you see him, Crowley.
I don't know. No motive, none. No physical evidence, just an eyewitness and to a car yet.
That sounds familiar. You sound like the same person I spoke to on the phone from the DA's office.
Why, they won't follow him?
Hell no.
Bill, I didn't say I want to date him. I just said I don't know. Now, you call him flaky. I call him...
A little flaky.
Yeah.
And Needle did the Watusi when he said the killer makes him sick. Said he's going to be out of jail in an hour. We'll just give him a week or two to think that maybe the fires have gone out. And if Barker doesn't pop, Pep, I think we'll send you in with this kid.
Sure.
Know what our boy said to me about jail? It's not bad. But you get used to anything after a while, even living in a tree. It's another goodie from his favorite writer.
Marcel Baudelaire.
Yeah.
Hi, it's me. You asleep?
I just finished reading Le Vent Froid.
In French?
No, a translation.
Bill, the whole thing's about a murder.
The main character keeps talking about a wind.
A wind that blows toward everyone sooner or later. A cold wind, he calls it. Le Vent Froid.
You know what the cold wind probably stands for.
Not really, Pep.
I figure it has to be death,
I don't know what it all means, but it's,
if anything. Something to think about. We've had less to go on.
Yeah, we've had more, too. Like a little physical evidence. Like maybe a weapon, something to hand the DA.
Well, we'll talk about that in the morning. You get back to sleep.
Yeah, great.
Good night, Bill.
Watch out for coyotes. Come on. Get in.
Where you going? Las Brisas.
We'll take you as far as the freeway interchange.
Stuart Borchers? They call you Stu? No. Why not? Does that bother you, Stu? Fifth of whiskey. The whole fifth. And some reds. Wasted. I mean, this chick was unbelievable. I love your faded blue jeans, Stu. Mommy bleach those for you? Hey, Stu, you have a lady? Nah.
Say, do you guys know where Saddlebeak Canyon is? Well, it's way up there in those hills. And I'm gonna show you how we get there.
Hey, man.
Hey, you're pretty good.
I've done a lot better. You knew?
It's my first class.
When's the last time you did any drawing?
Well, my last class was in high school, but sometimes I get out the old easel on layovers.
Layovers?
Oh, I'm an airline stewardess. Well, you really are good. I like it. Stuart, is that you? Hi, Stuart.
Hi. What's your name?
Tessa.
Tessa? I was wondering, maybe if you had a few minutes, we could have a cup of coffee together.
Well, why not? I'd love that.
There's a place I know just across campus. No job, but I design album covers on the side.
You do? Is there much money in it?
Oh, not the companies I work for, but I'm saving. I want to go to Paris someday, study with Francois Jobin. You ever heard of him?
I've flown to Paris, but I've never run into him, no.
You have a car?
Over on lot 6. So tell me all about this French artist you want to study with. He must be fantastic, is he?
Jobin? Well, he teaches at the Académie Saint-Just.
Oh, wow.
He's terrific. He specializes in sort of cubism. That's the stuff I like. Let me let you go off on your own.
I love France. Paris is divine.
Maybe you'll fly back this summer.
Maybe. I've requested it 3 times already.
I hope you get to.
Maybe we'll meet on the Boul' Mich'.
This place is such a dump. It's for kids. The only place around. You know, I've always had this fantasy that, that an experienced woman would sort of take me under her wing.
Oh, and angels have wings. Ever heard that? But while we're on the subject of fantasies, I'd like to hear some more of yours.
Well, that's about it. I don't have all that many.
Oh, sure you do. Everybody does. Come on. What turns you on?
Well, I like movies.
Movies?
Yeah.
What kind of movies? I'm talking about real life. The real thing. You don't talk much about yourself.
It's a real chatterbox, isn't he?
Oh, 3 days of this mess, and the car seat seemed to be stamped on my butt.
I was gonna say something about that.
Yeah.
Do you like movies? Would you want to go? Tonight?
Well, tonight's kind of bad for me. Anyway, well, I don't get that much out of movies these days anyway. Too much death and violence, don't you think? Who am I kidding? Of course I like movies, like everybody else. But, well, I had this boyfriend. Bill was his name. And he's so jealous. Still, and he follows me around, hassles me. He even hit me. I just want to kill him. Kill him when he does that.
Want another cup of coffee?
It's pretty awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. I read a book once. Can't remember the name. In it, a man killed somebody. And it was described almost sensually.
Like how?
Oh, the way, the feel of his gun and just the way everything inside him exploded every time he pulled the trigger again and again. It was really powerful stuff. I wish I could remember it. My mind's a blank. It was set in the south of France or Corsica.
Le Bon Foie, The Cold Wind, Marcel Baudelaire.
That's it. Right, that's a classic, and I blank out.
I read that. It's good.
You read it too?
French, as a matter of fact.
Did you understand it in French?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Isn't that a coincidence?
That thing with your boyfriend. Maybe you should get a gun, Tessa. Well, just to scare him, I guess, but let him see it. I hear a lot of women carry them anyhow these days, for self-defense.
No, Bill wouldn't scare. Can't scare him. No. I couldn't buy a gun anyway. I've been busted for possession.
Oh.
Who hasn't?
Well, it was just a thought. How about dinner tomorrow night?
Maybe. Interesting.
Uh-huh. But I can't tell where it's going, can you?
Sure lives inside a bubble. He's hard to get at. I'm trying to push him along and break through, but...
Well, I'm open to suggestions.
Good. Because, it's not all that difficult to like him. I have to keep reminding myself of those two bodies, and, that's not good. Not good at all.
You got a late date?
Not exactly. You got anything interesting?
No, 2 hit and runs, 1 drunk DOA at County General. And how about this one? 2 soldiers shot in the back of the head. Bodies found in a burned van.
Oh, yeah? Where?
In the bottom of Saddle Peak Canyon.
Homicide got anything?
No, not a clue. Well, I'm gonna catch you later. I'm going home.
Okay.
Either you're a born romantic or you have ESP. This is just the kind of place I like.
Well, I wish I could say that's why I picked it.
It's a nice dump.
It's nicer than the other places.
Yeah.
And also, it's the only place that'll serve me.
It's funny, but I came in here.
All right, get up and put your coat on. Let's go.
Get out of here, Bill. Leave me alone.
I've been watching you from the bar. We just start raiding the kindergartens. Let's go.
Don't start. You disgust me.
Is that right? So I disgust you, huh? Tell you how much I disgust her. She heaves all the way to the bedroom.
Will you stop it?
Come on, get up. Let's go. Let's go. Sit down, Junior. Drink your Shirley Temple.
Don't you talk to him like that.
I said sit down. Come on, knock you down.
Oh, Stuart, I'm sorry. I better go. I'll see you at school. I'm sorry. What do you think?
I don't think we even phased her.
No show. I think he's awesome.
Tessa?
Oh, hi. Hey, I'm sorry about last night.
I've been doing some thinking, and I have a surprise for you.
Great. What kind of surprise?
Surprise, all right? You have your car here?
Yeah, it's in lot 3.
Make a right here. Go up the street a bit.
Up here?
Yeah. Right past the street, there's a red car up there. Make a left in that driveway. Azaleas? Chrysanthemums? I put a lot of those in.
They're pretty.
Stuart! Hello. Come in. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Haley. I'd like you to meet a friend of mine. It's Tessa Baines.
How do you do?
You know, I was saying only this morning to Mrs. Haley that I wish Stuart Porches were back here taking care of the lawn.
Well, college is a full-time job. Mr. Haley, remember last week when I sold you the Enfield?
Yeah?
You said you'd rather have traded me the German automatic?
This is where he dumped the gun, all right. We'll go in for it after they
You're
leave.
going up in the range, are you?
Maybe you guys better go and
Show
take
you
the back of the house, just in case.
I got my heart out on this. Beautiful, isn't it? So you want the Walther PPK, do you? All right. Got it right here. Now.
Tessa? You're the one who's going to be using this. See how it feels.
Oh. I don't understand, Stuart.
For protection, sir. See, there's a lot of rapes and stuff in our neighborhood, and it's bad down there, right?
Right.
Well, I don't know, Stuart.
There's no problems. Mr. Haley, who's out back?
Out back?
Yeah, there's men out there. Men.
Like cops.
said he got it from a private party at the Pacific Gun Show. I had no idea it'd been used in a murder. The boy's a fine, outstanding student, a good citizen.
Look, so what if he was Andy Hardy, huh? You all know better than to deal guns with kids. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. It's ridiculous.
I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die.
You're not gonna die.
I'm prepared. It's all worth it. Better than I thought. Better than I read.
Did you plan it for a long time?
No, just a few months. If I die, don't let them show my body on TV tonight. Only if I'm alive.
Will you tell them why you killed Caffey and Cardulo?
And there'll be an interview with me. And I'll show them. I'll tell them.
Hey, Bill. Just to make it official, the lab just called and said the Enfield checks as the murder weapon.
That was quick.
Well, when they know it's for Joe Stiles, they give it that little extra effort.
Sure they do.
Most people do. Hold it. Miss Barker's in there waiting for you, too.
Oh, okay. Hey, Miss Barker, I guess you must have heard the good news. Your husband's in the clear. I just want to say that we're sorry for, the way some of it turned out. I mean, about your husband, as far as he's concerned.
You all look very sorry. This afternoon, Mort started hemorrhaging inside his head. Then he died. You just kept at him, didn't you? He told me in the hospital. You just kept at him and at him.
We really thought your husband was...
Mort was weak. A weak man. And he often made me very angry. But he would never have killed himself if you hadn't pushed him to it. Why don't you just tell me that you were just doing your job? I know that's what you're thinking. Some job.
Paperwork to do.
Why didn't anybody understand that man? It just doesn't seem fair.
Whoever said life was fair?
It won't be as bad as you think, I swear.
I won't help, and I won't testify.
See, what happens is people confuse rape with sexual desire.
We
guys doing any good up there?
Not so far, but we have not spotted your girl.
Oh, Daddy! Help me! Help me! Please!
Which one of us you want?
What happened to the lights?
I guess I got zonked by the storm. If the phone rings, grab it, because no one else is around. Everybody went to the concert.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Well, I might not answer the phone because I might decide to go out and call Dad and go home.
You gotta do something, babe. It's Friday night.
Hey, I know. But I can't be in two places at one time. Oh, well, I haven't quite learned how to do that yet. I understand, Lieutenant. Look, I'll call you right back. Creep.
You're getting pretty salty in your old age, huh?
I'm getting pretty tired. But along with all the rest of it, we had a rape tonight.
We got your message. Why did you pull us in on this thing?
Well, the victim's father says he knows you, Bill, and he wants you to handle the investigation.
Who?
He owns a gas station on the corner of 5th and Main.
Larry Quinn?
Lawrence B. Quinn, 2124 Kling Street.
His daughter's away at college.
Mm-hmm. That's where it happened. Somebody found her half naked in the rain, crawling out the door of a sorority house.
Does she know who did it?
Pepper, she's destroyed. Right now, she doesn't even know her own name.
Dr. Jackson, outside call.
Hi, Bill. Yeah, that's my child, Bill. That's my little girl.
Well, I'm so sorry.
Hey, you don't know what happened.
Yes, I do. We know now.
No. No, you don't know what happened. Look at her face. But he hit her, and he kept on beating her. That's my daughter, Bill. Why her?
Oh, good morning.
Oh, good morning, boss.
Anything else you need in there? Paper clips, memo pads, rubber bands?
No, just a few pens.
Just put the pens back in the drawer.
Not even one? Huh.
What's that going on out there?
Well, that's what happens to be known as a college student. Joe's about ready to bounce him off the walls.
Why?
He keeps running around complaining about a 261, which we don't even have on the books.
Oh?
Vern, I told you we don't have anything on the books.
Hey, Vern, you're in luck. Now, here's somebody I know can help you. Sergeant Crowley.
Hey, what?
Bill?
That's all right. Just stay where you are, Joe. What's the problem?
Problem? Well, the problem seems to be a whole lot of apathy. I mean, the total indifference of everyone I've talked to around here, including him.
You're a college student, is that right? At Pacific Western University?
That's correct.
And you know a girl who was assaulted there last night?
Lady, she wasn't assaulted. She was raped. And it wasn't last night, it was 3 weeks ago.
You're not talking about somebody named Quinn?
Damn. You people can't get anything right.
Then who are we talking about?
Ann Lombardo. L as in loud, O-M-B-A-R-D-O. Well, look, I've called 3 times, and there's nothing on the books.
Hey, sweet thing, what's the big hurry? How come you're walking so fast? Hey, come on, slow down. Me and my compadres here like to discuss higher education with you. Most of them never got past kindergarten, but that's okay. Hey, come on, give us 15, 20 minutes. We might be able to change your whole outlook on life. Come on, slow up for us, baby, hey. Hey, you guys, knock it off. Hey, you want to make us? No, on second thought, I'm going to come down there.
Hey, what's with you? Too loud, man. Me? Too loud?
Gives people a wrong impression. I mean, pretty soon they're going to think we all belong in cages.
I'm an animal, huh? Hey, I'm trying for a laugh. All of a sudden, I'm an animal? Okay, man. Okay.
Ann Lombardo?
Yes?
I'm Pepper Anderson. This is my partner, Sergeant Crowley.
Bill.
Pepper and Bill. Well, that's a switch. You know, it's usually the other way around. You get stopped on the freeway, your first name seems to be a toy. Well, Ann, I suppose you realize the speed limit's still 55. Say, Ann, would you mind showing me your registration? You know, I've even had, hey, Ann, how about a cup of coffee?
Well, maybe they were just trying to be friendly.
There's nothing friendly about it at all.
Okay, fine. We'll call you Miss Lombardo. How's that?
Look, I'm sorry. Ann's fine. And you can ask me anything you want, as long as it doesn't have anything to do with criminal assault upon the body of a female person.
Don't you want to see him caught?
What's the difference? He'll never be convicted.
Suppose I tell you it happened to another girl last night. So brutally beaten, she's still in the hospital. How would you feel about that?
I feel like crying. And, I probably would, too, if I, weren't so worried about cooking up this goo. Look, guys, it's a joke. Even if I could identify him, you know what had happened? He'd sit there in the courtroom while they put me on trial.
It isn't like that anymore.
Sure. Okay. Well, how about the jury? Let's talk about them. You know, the squares, the old prudes. What do you figure I'd get from people like that? How about when they find out that I actually like sex? They'd end up thinking that I was more of a degenerate than that man who hit me and choked me and beat my face until I spit out blood. And I begged him to do whatever he wanted.
Anne, part of what you say is true, but things are changing. They really are. Juries are becoming more enlightened, more sensitized. It won't be as bad as you think, I swear.
And it's already happened twice. Twice in 1 month. That's going to go on and get worse and worse unless we find somebody to help us.
Well, let me tell you something. I won't help and I won't testify. But if I ever saw that man again and I had a gun, I'd kill him. I'd kill him right in front of your eyes.
Hey, how about one for the road? Suit yourself, hombre. Not bad. Regular passing parade.
Little Miss Muffet, all alone in a deep, dark forest.
The one in the forest was Little Red Riding Hood.
What's the difference? They both ended up in trouble.
Don't move. Hands up and don't move.
Hey, Joe, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, that's it. Give me a cup.
All right. We got him. We got him.
Look, you can talk about mugging statistics all night long. We've been known to read the sports section once in a while, too, you know? But the fact is we identified ourselves as police officers. One of our guys even had on a uniform. Now, you ignored all that and you tried to split, man.
Ignored all that. Hey, look. Now, first, some guy jumps out of the bushes with a flashlight. Now, what are you going to do? I mean, that's first. Then you two guys jump me. And then all three of you pile on me like I'm a loose ball at the Super Bowl. Now, anybody with at least half a brain is going to offer some kind of token resistance.
Token resistance? I hate to be around somebody who took his six-pack.
For the 10th time, guys, I work there. I belong there. I'm a welder over at the Student Union building.
Look, buddy, most people quit after dark.
Yeah, well, most people quit when they show up at 8 in the morning. I don't.
Let's just answer the question.
Look, it's like I told you. I went out and I bought a six-pack. It was a peace offering to share with some guy who hates my guts.
What are you doing?
I'm cutting him loose.
Well, you can't do that.
Look, John, isn't it?
John Binns.
Let me tell you something, John. The next time something like this happens, just try to remember that without evidence, I mean hard evidence, there's nothing that you and I, can do. I mean, we got nothing. You understand that?
Well...
At this time of night, I can't guarantee anything. It usually tastes like mud.
I know those construction workers, and they're always making filthy remarks, yelling things at the girls.
A lot of men do that. Even men with collars and ties.
You're gonna be sorry you let them go.
Crowley was right, John. We had no real reason to hold him. See, what happens is people confuse rape with sexual desire. But 9 times out of 10, the offender is a person who feels worthless, caused by the lack of opportunity and acceptance. He's crushed, so he, in a moment of rage, strikes out at the weakest victim he can find, a female. Now, you take this Detra. He has a good job, seems fairly well adjusted. So if you add those things up, he just doesn't fit the profile.
It's funny.
What's funny?
Well, I'm sitting here, and I'm the guy, and you're the girl, and you're the cop. See, to be honest with you, that's what I wanted to be more than anything in the world, cop.
What stopped you?
I flunked my physical. Souvenir from riding dirt bikes. I flipped my bike on the side of a hill, found out I couldn't fly.
Well, at least you're able to work, and you're doing what policemen do.
I don't know, maybe I couldn't have made it anyway. Like tonight. I really thought I had something special, you know. All I did was ended up looking like a stupid fool. Thanks for the coffee.
Probably the most important advice I can give you is to be aware. No matter where you are, in the street, in a store, at home, right here. And be especially careful at night, of course, but even if you're just crossing campus, go with at least one other person. And please, please never hitchhike. And if you could see some of the bloody corpses I've seen dumped by the side of the road, well, you'd know there's no such thing as a free ride. And there's another kind of bait. I'm looking at it right now. She may feel safe out there, or she may consider herself liberated enough not to care. But I wonder how she'd feel if some night she woke up and there were fingers around her throat and someone was whispering, "I've been watching you, and I like what I saw."
Hey, Larry? Larry?
Hey, what do you say, Bill? How are you? Gee, it's good to see you.
Nice to see
Good
you.
to see you. Sergeant Anderson, how are you?
Hard at it, huh?
Yeah. Well, from the looks of you two guys, I would say you're bringing me some bad news.
Oh, no. We just, well, Sergeant Anderson thought that she'd like to talk to Celia. Do you think that's possible?
I guess it's okay. She's in the office keeping the books. Yeah, sure. Catch this guy, will you?
That doesn't look like homework to me. Oh, it's worse. Doing his books. I should have been an accounting major.
You look like a new person. Have you been back to school yet?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm taking a vacation. At least for this semester.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, I suppose you're here to listen to all the gory details.
Yes.
Well, let's see. I guess the first thing that scared me was the open window. All the lights were out, I guess because of the storm. And the wind blew my candle out. And it was so dark, I couldn't see a thing in front of me. I mean, that's what I mean about fate. I kept thinking, you should go downstairs. You should call Dad and leave. But I didn't. I went upstairs to my room, and I took off my coat, and I heard this sound, a moan, like someone was in pain.
When you heard the sound, the moan, was that the first time you saw him?
No. I saw my underwear on the bed, laid out like the body of a person.
Didn't you try to run?
Yes! No! He knocked me down, and he kept on hitting me and hitting me and hitting me. And I don't remember anything after that, nothing, until I woke up in the hospital.
Celia, I have a suggestion. The department has officers who are trained in hypnosis. That's probably the only way we're going to find out what really happened. Celia, the more we know, the better the chance we have of catching him. You know that. Otherwise, he'll keep doing it. More violence each time. Maybe even end up killing somebody.
I can't. I'm sorry. I think if I found out what he really did to me, I'd die.
Hey, you! What are you doing back there? This is Security Officer R.J. Powell. I need some help right away. Well, which one of us you want? Him or us?
Time's up.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I'm sitting here acting like a darn fool baby.
Calvin, sooner or later, we're going to have to get down to it. I think it'd be a lot better if you told us about it yourself.
So long ago. I mean, it happened when I was a kid.
Where was that?
Muncie, Indiana.
You were arrested as a sex offender.
If that's what you want to call it.
Well, that's what I have to call it.
I had this thing, a compulsion, that's what they said it was. I couldn't help myself going out at night, watching people, girls, in their rooms. It was like having the power of being invisible.
How much time did you serve?
18 months. And I thought I was cured.
Why'd you come out here?
Because of him. My son, Robbie. He got very sick. Leukemia. He needed a transplant of bone marrow.
Is he gonna be all right?
We haven't been able to find a donor yet. It's been heavy. No job. People slamming doors in your face, pushing you around like dirt. It wasn't until a week ago that somebody finally took me on. Now when they find out what's happened...
Okay, Calvin. These 2 officers here will drive you back to your truck.
You're letting me go?
Mm-hmm. Just try to stay out of backyards, okay? Your wife would probably get pretty upset with you if you lost his job.
I swear to you, I'll tear my eyes out before I ever do anything like that again. I swear to you on a stack of Bibles.
Come on, let's go before they give you a parking ticket.
I think we got trouble.
Sergeant Crowley, I've got something to show you. This is my own personal file. Been keeping it on Jerry Detra, the guy I helped capture the other night.
Right.
Right. I have a very strong instinct about him, but I've been taking your advice, looking for hard evidence. So I've been keeping him under surveillance and writing things down.
Really?
Yeah, take a look at this. I've made an entry there every time he stopped work to watch a girl. He talks to them sometimes. He comes down into the street with a beer can in his hand.
Benz, listen. Why don't we just stop being so anxious about this whole thing?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I guess what it means is you don't like this guy. So you suspect him. You take this into court, a smart attorney would life you right out of there. Even if Detra were guilty, they'd throw you out in 2 minutes flat. He'd be right back out on the street again.
Fine. Is that the way you want it? Fine.
Did it ever occur to you that the reason he's so uptight may be because more than anything else in the world, he wanted to become a cop?
Yeah, that's right. He wanted to become a cop. I had a little instinct of my own, so I did some checking with an old friend down at personnel. Would it surprise you to learn that Officer John Benz never even got near his physical exam? That the psychiatrist who examined him found him unstable? Would any of that surprise you, Pepper? I gotta tell you, it didn't surprise me.
A little early, isn't it? Going home, maybe not for getting a beer.
Crowley.
This is Celia Quinn. Is Sergeant Anderson there?
Celia, she just left. She's giving a lecture over on campus. Then I think she's going straight home. Can I do anything for you?
Well, it's just that I've been talking it over with Dad about what she said. About the hypnosis. And, well, maybe you can tell her for me that I decided to give it a try.
Where are you now, Celia?
Here, at the gas station.
Don't move. I'll be right over.
Sergeant Anderson?
Yes?
I followed you on. I suppose you know that one of your other units is stationed down there by the new building?
I guess we have cars all over campus.
Well, I'm talking about down there, where Detra works. See, Crowley says that I'm an idiot, and then he stakes the place out.
Look, if you can wait around about half an hour, I'll go over with you. Okay?
All right.
Lynn, this is a very good friend of mine, Lieutenant Dale Pruitt.
Hello, Celia.
Hello?
Oh, for gosh sakes, let's not be so formal. Come on, sit down over here. Let's get comfortable. Celia, I don't know what Bill here has told you about what I do, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm a regular full-time policeman. But I have been thoroughly trained in the science of hypnosis. So I just want you to relax and feel secure. There's nothing mysterious going to happen. And I promise you, you won't say or do anything that's contrary to your sense of right or wrong. All you have to do is just relax and give me your full attention. Now, that's not such a bad deal, is it?
No. Another important thing I'd like to mention is the need for immediate action. If you do see something suspicious, report it. So many people are afraid of being laughed at or criticized. Well, believe me, the police would much rather respond to 3 or 4 false alarms than not to be there when they're actually needed. And I don't know, maybe the most important thing of all that I can tell you is to be alert, look around you, see who's near you. Just be aware that it could be happening to you. And lock your doors, lock your windows. Get used to checking the doors. It's so...
Sergeant Anderson?
Yes. Well, why didn't he come in himself?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what he said.
Oh, dear God, get him off! He's pushing. I can't breathe. Ripping something. I ripped his shirt. Why did I do something like that? Why did I rip his shirt?
You're trying to get away. Your hand caught on his shirt. You just ripped his shirt.
How did he hurt himself?
Is he hurt?
Yes.
Is it something you did to hurt him?
No. No. There's a scar there.
What does it look like? Celia, I want you to see the scar. Tell me exactly what it looks like.
He's hitting me. I ripped his shirt. I'm sorry. Oh, please stop. Please stop.
Is the scar on his shoulder, Celia? Is that where it is?
Yes. Oh, please stop. Oh, I can't stand it. Oh, please stop.
All right, Celia. It's all over. Relax.
Beta House.
Yeah, this is Sergeant Crowley with the police department. Is Sergeant Anderson still there?
Oh, no, she left about 5 minutes ago. We already called you guys about it.
About what?
Oh, one of those security policemen came in and said we had a prowler.
What do you look like, the cop?
They either look like they're 70 or 14. He looked like he belonged in junior high. Yeah, that's a
by 52, this is 12 by 50, over. 52 from 50, come in 52.
12Y52. We're just here at the sorority. We just got here.
12Y90 to 12Y50 and all units on TAC 1.
What about Pepper?
Nothing yet. All we see is a bunch of cops.
Okay, don't wait. Get organized and get moving. I've called for Air 1. They should be there any minute.
I just seen him. He snuck around the back. Come on, come on. Look, see? He must be in here.
John, what did he look like?
Look, do you want to stand here and argue about his description while he gets away? That door is supposed to be closed at all times. Now, don't you think it's kind of funny that it just happens to be open right now?
Okay, let's take a quick look.
Where'd everybody go?
It went that way.
quella.
Thanks. Well, I think today, Air 1. Come in on tack 1.
12Y50, this is Air 1. Go ahead.
50. Air 1, check the campus area. We have a missing policewoman. Blonde, Caucasian, wearing green pants and a blue blouse. She was last seen with a male Caucasian we believe to be a security officer and possibly involved in the rape of 2 women.
What's up there?
Storage room for athletic equipment. Good place to hide.
A little too weird, John. Like the rooms of both girls. The lights are out there, too.
Let's hear that. Did you hear something just then? Like someone moving?
No.
Where are you going?
Back. I'm gonna get some help.
I need your gun.
Oh, look out!
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
Don't fight or I'll kill you! Just us. We're alone.
Anything from Air 1? Not yet. You got anything?
Look, this place is so big you can search for a month.
Let's not stand here and talk about it.
Please? Just stay there. Just stay right there and don't move. You're scared of me, aren't you? I can tell. By your face. By the way you're breathing.
Sure, I'm scared. But if you put the gun down, I won't be scared. And we can talk all you want.
Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Treat me like I'm stupid.
You're not stupid. But you've been drinking, and you shouldn't have a gun if you've been drinking. That's all I'm trying to say.
You think if I put it down, you'll be able to get away, don't you?
If you put the gun down, I won't try to get away. And I'll stay here and talk as long as you want to.
I've killed people before. I know how to do it. Just remember that for your own good.
Can't you get it open?
No, it's locked. Very unlikely anybody got in here.
Pull up 50 there, Air 1. Come in, Air 1.
Go ahead, 12Y50.
You guys doing any good up there?
Not so far. There's an awful lot of movement down there. but we have not spotted your girl.
What's your elevation?
We're at 1,500.
Well, get it down to 800.
We know who you are. So why don't you stop acting ridiculous? There's about 100 cops out there looking for you right now.
You'd say anything, wouldn't you?
I'm not bluffing. Listen. They've even got a helicopter circling over the roof.
All right. You say there's cops out there, and you say you know me. If it's true, what's my name? What's my name, slut? I said, what's my name?
You're Detra. Jerry Detra.
No more helicopter. You were wrong, weren't you? About everything.
Not about the police. I had someone call.
Who? The man in the moon?
Calvin, what I'm trying to tell you is...
Hey! Look, if you want to believe that there are cops out there, go right ahead. Let them walk their fool tails off. Because they'll never find us. Not in a million years.
Y50, over.
Yeah, 50, go.
I think we've got something.
I want you to take off your clothes. I want you to take off everything except for your bracelet, your ear rings, and your shoes. If you don't, I'll hurt you. I'll hurt you very bad.
Please think, Calvin. Think of all you have to lose.
My job? Hauling other people's garbage?
I mean your wife and your son in the hospital.
Robbie?
It's the biggest responsibility responsibility you'll ever have in your life.
Robbie?
He needs his father more than anything in the world.
Oh, no. Not really. Not anymore. You see, Robbie's in the ground now. Stopped needing me 2 weeks after I brought him out here to get his cure.
Your boy died.
Where is she, Vince?
She's inside.
Inside what? Inside?
He's got her.
Who's got her?
Where? His ski mask, and it's inside
Where?
the boiler room. In the boiler room and up to the left.
Stand up.
I said stand up!
Shy little girl. Lovely, shy little girl. Lovely. Lovely.
I don't believe it.
And I let him go.
Dr. Curtis. Dr. Curtis. Please call 104 West. Dr. Curtis.
Hi.
Hey. Well, maybe we're here at the wrong time. You want us to come back later when you feel
You know what I
better?
heard? I heard you thought I was the guy.
No, she didn't. I did. John, when we found out the guy had a scar on his shoulder, like you got from riding motorcycles, I jumped to the wrong conclusion. I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
And I want you to know how much I appreciate what you did for me. The courage that it took. I mean, I'll never forget it as long as I live.
Well, I just figured it was part of my job.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, your job. We had a little talk with Dean Holder.
And your boss?
And that hand better hurry up and heal. Because you're going to need it to sew on your new chevrons. Sergeant.
Oh, you're kidding.
For a change, he's not.